All right, everybody. Welcome to tonight's show. Pretty much the last show until season 26, NHL 18. I'm Cuban here, joined by the himself. Hold on, let me play him in. Boss man, S.A. Pliskin. What's going on,
Good
boss?
afternoon. How's it going, brother?
Yeah, getting ready for these finals on Monday.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Little
exciting.
little surprised, a little not surprised, but it's definitely going to be a series worth watching. If there's any streams available, I would love to watch.
Yeah, odds are Carolina will have their stream going. They always do.
Excellent, excellent. I would definitely be tuning in. I'm very curious on how this plays out, but it was, in my opinion, for Carolina, a quick road, and for Calgary, a small speed bump there in the beginning, and then, a series that I thought was going to be a different way. You know what I mean? Went toward Calgary.
I didn't. We played them. They dominated the last four games. They were a completely different team. I knew if they kept going with that Winnipeg didn't have a shot.
Well, it surprised me because of the fact that how well Montoni has been playing, and with just the defensive pairing of Breezy back there, it just
Yeah,
Seeds had everything rolling.
he did, and I think losing Montoni the last night there really screwed him because something happened with his family, so
Right.
he had to take off. But yeah, it was a game changer.
It definitely was a game changer and a series changer for them. And if Montoni would have played, it I don't know. I still don't know because of the way Calgary's been playing, if it would have made that big of a difference, because they were up 2-1 going into that night. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and that was Montoni playing the first three games of the series.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but needless to say, Calgary held on, walked over Winnipeg, and are sitting in the finals to see the two-time defending champ, Sedin, a.k.a. Niner, and his squad sitting there looking to three-peat.
Yeah, for sure. I think their shot's pretty good though. Calgary can't stop them though. I think they can if they get the defense going right.
It really, and in this series, it's going to be who stays out of the penalty box, because both teams play very similar hard forechecking, puck control styles. It's who's going to stay out of the box and not give up that advantage. I think that's going to be key.
Yeah, the offense is a little bit different. Calgary is more of a shoot and collect type of control, but Carolina is more of a come in, dangle a little bit, force the poke checks to draw penalties. So there's a bit different styles going up against them, but the defense is definitely going to be huge. They got shut down Skinner, not draw any penalties.
Just keep
That's
them
the
in
trick.
front. Like, you know what I mean? Keep them in front of you. Don't let them get behind you, and just have two guys on the puck. Really, that's what in my opinion, that's how I was looking forward to playing him when I was with Florida, is just getting him slowed up so the back check can come and take the puck from him.
Yeah, if he's by himself, you can control him that way. The problem is he holds it and he keeps it away from the defender just long enough for someone to support him, and then he gets that pass behind the back pass to the wide open guy for the one timer. So if you're not watching for that trailer, anybody forecheck or back checking, holding him off is not going to see the threat that's even bigger.
And the other thing that Carolina, I see that they do that other teams don't do, is they let their defense play. Like, they pass it back to them, and those guys take shots and hold the puck as well as the forwards. And that isn't done by many other teams.
It's not done by many at all. It's defense is usually taboo when you're using defense.
Right.
Not because they shouldn't be used, but because the poke checks are so vicious that if they can't get the puck off right away, it's a turnover for a breakaway.
Right. And there's not many D guys that can you can trust passing it back there that won't turn it over. That's the
Exactly.
fear for forwards passing it back is, I'm going to pass it to this guy. Is he going to turn it over? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And the list of guys that forwards would pass to is very minimal, and it so happens Carolina has two of those type of guys on their defensive line there that can do that.
Yeah, it's definitely a trust you got to build up. And when you got offense like that, you can afford to screw around and test out that water.
God, yeah.
But no. Yeah, and the worst part is like you pass it back to they turn it over. Even though they turned it over, you feel like you're the one who made the mistake.
Right. Well, I mean, you probably did.
Yeah, you probably did. You probably did. Yeah.
I mean, really, as of speaking from the defensive standpoint, at that point is when you do get that pass, it's always when the forward is about to I've been open for 5 minutes, and now you're going to pass it to me when the guy sees that I'm wide open an hour later.
Yeah.
Now you're going to bring it over, and it's like, yeah, I might as well just start running backwards now.
True enough.
So going into this series, I mean, I don't know, man. I want to root for Red and True because those are my boys, and I really would love to see them win a cup together. In the same respect, though, man, like Carolina is just so like textbook right now with their game style and their play. It's like I don't know. I really don't know. I'm half of me's like, let's be realistic here. Carolina's going for the three-peat, and the other half of me's like, nah, F that. You know, Red and True can get it done.
All right. So 1 sec. One sec. Be right back.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Looking at the rosters, I mean, obviously, you know, Skinner had a suspension, you know, but he's still averaging like 4 points a game. Beastie's in there averaging 4 points a game, and then you got Cesar and the Haunted, you know, chipping in, and then of course defense the entire time pretty much is the Sophius and Woy, and you got Poutine in net. I mean, that's the roster right there. And the other side, you know, you got True and Red holding it down with Jamie and Magic Mikey. And then, you know, you got Cap Sports.
Yeah.
Cap Sports, Bergies, Ali. And then in net, you know, you got Von Deuce and Sporty Spice going in there too. So
there's no real weakness on either side.
Right. They both match up really, really well. I mean, honestly, other than Winnipeg with the pure bases of that goalie of Montoni and then, you know, Breezy and Ajax, like this was the only other team that I see that could line up with Carolina and toe for toe. Like this is, you know, going to be a great series.
Yeah, I agree. I think if Calgary can pull it off, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a lot of greasy, ugly goals.
Well, that's their style anyway. I mean, like
it is, but I mean, I
100%.
don't like saying it like that because it takes away from their ability. They're a very talented team. The style affords them those ugly ones, but you know, I don't want to make it sound like they don't deserve to be there because they do.
Right. No, I don't take it that way at all. Like it's just that I love that style of play. I really think that style of play is what 17.
It's underutilized for sure.
Yeah, I think 17 easily was, you know, built for that style of play where it's like,
yeah,
just throw it on net and and look for deflections. And not a lot of teams like ran to that.
No, there's a lot of teams that try to force it through and just make plays that aren't there.
So let's switch gears a little bit and go to awards. When are you going to do them?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe Wednesday. Well, no, you know what? The series could be over by Tuesday, so I'll probably do them. Tuesday afternoon.
Are you just gonna do them,
Yeah,
or are you
yeah, I'm
gonna
just gonna do them. There's too
done with
many.
the round table?
The round table was okay for a while, but it became not what we were looking for. It was a lot of you ask for a lot of people to volunteer. You get the same six, which is fine. Problem is they have their own agendas,
Right.
and a lot of them will vote for themselves, or they'll just kind of vote for that buddy, even though he doesn't deserve it.
What are you talking about? I only the one time I pushed the Ayachoku out there, he earned it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it every time. I've seen there's
No, I
most of
know.
the
I'm teasing.
debates that come up and the voting that takes place leaves me my head scratching. Which that's just my opinion, but it felt like it's wrong. Like every season so far, there's been one award that everyone's like, "What, really?" And that's the feeling I'm trying to avoid.
Right. You can't please all the people all the
You
time.
can't,
Only
and that's
some of
my
them.
theory. Like you can't please everybody. You can't answer everyone's decision, or like their own opinion. So the best way to handle it is selfish but mine. If I'm
Right.
going to be
Right.
taking heat, I'm taking it for my own decision, not for somebody else's
Exactly.
decision.
The hell with all you guys out there shitting on me. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I walk away and let somebody else take it. I get shit on it anyway, so I might as well just do it.
Yep. I mean, I think that I've always thought it was a great idea. I mean, we talked about this before, just like having that, open forum discussion, letting the league kind of choose. But like you said, it's pretty much the same 5, 6 guys, and it's pretty much the same 2 awards that cause the biggest drama. Everything else goes click, click, click. All of a sudden, you're looking at the clock. It's like, man, it's half hour. We only got like 2 awards left, and then 4 hours later, we're still
Exactly.
the same fucking 2 awards.
And it's always the bring back old wounds. It's like just stay on topic.
I know.
There's no topic anymore.
Just when you thought it was over, someone brings it back up, and it's like, why are we going over this a 17th time?
Yep. It's your criteria. Your criteria.
I know. It's and I'm like one of the worst when it comes to that stuff. I'm constantly getting. I could just feel you burning the mic. Like, shut the hell up, Cuban.
Yeah. Well, why was it good for this award, but not for this award? I thought that was fucking award.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Yeah.
So going into the next season, I don't want, like, we still have the finals to go, but we're gonna hold off. We're not gonna try to squeeze another one in. Boss man, you're gonna take a little vacation, well earned, well deserved.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Nothing,
be so good.
nothing to think about or touch the PlayStation 4 other than wrestling or whatever else you're doing.
Yep. Final Fantasy.
Yeah, start ripping up the divorce papers from the wife and telling her you're going to be around for at least another 4 weeks.
We can have that kid you've been talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do it. I'll tell you now. Don't do it. You already got some. Don't do it. Yeah. I got 4. That's 3 too many. So we're gonna hold off. We're gonna take some time. Obviously, registration. I poked around in the Google Sheets to see there's about a little over 100 people signed up, which is, I mean, honestly, it's a lot at this point going into next season. Obviously, we'll have to look into that again because not everyone. I know you put it in the registration, or like, this is for 18. You must have a copy of 18. Will you have a copy of 18 before blah? And people are signing up. So, we got to just go through the list again and just make sure those dudes are still down to play. You know what I mean? I don't know if 5 weeks from now, if, the same people that signed up will even remember, let alone, see the same name 5 times. Like, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's always a habit of people. I didn't see my name get updated. Please, it takes time.
Yeah,
check
right,
the update
right.
list. If it hasn't been updated, then you probably won't be on there yet.
The timetable, obviously, I think what someone had said, like the first week of October, I think people are saying we're looking at getting the season started. Does that sound about right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, I plan. I think the game comes out on the 15th. We'll give about a week and a half, 2 weeks of season planning, and then we'll do our draft and start her up. So.
Right. And then, any new GMs come in. I'm just saying.
You already signed your paperwork.
That's what I was waiting for. Good.
I just haven't decided which GM I'm firing for you yet.
That doesn't matter. Just add a new team. No, you gotta get rid of nobody. Yeah, just add a new team.
We'll go
expansion draft.
Odd numbers.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
No one needs to get fired. Just add a new team, and I'll get to do a little pre-drafting and screw everybody up.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Give you an expansion team. That's all we need.
Yes, damn right. We do. We need Cuban with an expansion team. I'm pushing that now. Hashtag Cuban expansion.
I know. I'm not sure how serious he is about it. He's probably serious by now. We've gone through so much shit. But Serge was talking about how, because I don't know if you ever seen us play, but we're fucking cursed. We are as cursed as it gets. And he's like, if 18 isn't any better, he's taking a break from hockey. So if he takes a break from hockey, you could see some free agents coming around.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll have one season of 18. See if we're just as cursed as usual.
Wow, come on. You guys are always super cursed. Even when you guys have great teams, you somehow
they seem to lose everybody on it every time.
It's just unreal.
Yeah, for our team, it's usually humorous by the time gets going. Week one, we're like, people are like, what the hell is this? We never had this pop. I'm like, get used to it. It's a curse. They're like, no, we'll be all right. Like, now, just wait. week two, they're like, they're laughing a little less.
Right.
Week three, they finally understand the curse, and now they're expecting it. Week four, they're almost laughing hysterically, and week five, they stop giving a shit. It's just like, let's see how long we can go without the bounce.
Right.
So by the end of the season, it's all funny and it's just a joke for us all. But yeah, there's always a sweet transition period for all the new players on our team.
I think one of the last games we even played, it was like you guys scored, took the lead, and then we scored with like 2 seconds left to go to overtime, and then we end up beating you in overtime, which we shouldn't even have. We shouldn't even have been in the game. It was ridiculous. Yeah. It was like, and I'm like, the curse.
The curse, it's always there.
It is.
It's funny. I know Red Concept. He's been on our team for about 3 seasons now. And
yeah, I think he
plays the card like he's all happy, loves playing with us. He's like, you guys are great to play with. But I know in his heart, he's like, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me.
Yeah, right. Just let me go. Please. Just let me go. I love you guys, but it's time to let me out the nest. No, I don't want to play net.
Turd Burglar was our goal. He ended up quitting hockey in general because he couldn't handle the curse anymore.
I tried to play goalie. I'm always trying to play goalie, even though I suck horribly at it. And I'm like, maybe 18 will be the one I could play. Nah. I'm like 6 goals a game, giving them up. I'm like, I can't do goalie.
Yeah,
stick to what I'm good at.
Yeah, it's becoming more bounce based and less skill based. You'll be in position for most stuff. It just goes through you or bounces off somebody and wide open. It's ugly now for goalies.
Yeah, that's what I seen in Florida. Like hold fast was awesome in that, man. The guy was always in position. He never flopped around. You know what I mean? Like even when it got crazy in front of the net, the dude was just composed, like ice going through his veins. And then the puck would just, trickle right over his shoulder. He's right there. Could have made the save. Doesn't make the save. It's like, that is such bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, you really need part of luck. You need part defense and a little part of skill to do well in goal now. Well,
with 18 coming out, like definitely the defensive stick I'm in love with.
I am too. I really am. I am. Dude, I'm not. I love it when you're on the forecheck or you're like chasing someone, but I don't. It has not done anything. You know, you can swipe it and get into
Yeah.
lanes and stuff. It was
Right.
never
Right.
doing anything. It was useless for me for that. I could never intercept a pass. It would go
Right.
right through my stick blade. But it was like it's
I
almost like it's almost like something to make the
A
forwards
gimmick.
think. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just the
and I use it like that, dude. That's what I was just gonna say. For me, I know it doesn't serve that big of a purpose, but it's a deterrent. It's just like to make that guy think for a split second to get him to move to like the
yeah
other side, and that's all I want. That's all I need you to do
yeah.
is
You're making
just
yourself bigger. That's what you did. You're
yeah,
making yourself bigger to
it's
intimidate
perfect.
the puck
Yep.
carrier.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I used it for the entire time in the beta is to make the guy not make that pass, to make an errant pass backwards, or to like go left where I can check him and get him off the puck, or stick lift him real quick and then get the puck behind the net to the other side. Like I
Yeah.
just used it as a decoy the entire time, and it worked great.
Mm-hmm.
And guys will figure it out eventually, and hopefully, like EA will do a few updates and make it a little more effective if guys try to pass it there. But I did notice that if you do block passing lanes with it and it gets a piece of the puck, if it doesn't move the puck or you pick it slows it up, and that's key. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
that stops a breakaway, that lets guys get back and slows up play, and I like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of cool new features for defensive aspects. The deeks, I got to work on that stuff. I'm not a
Oh
deeker by
yeah,
any means. That was
I've never
just
deked
that's just not my style. I cannot
that.
do it. Cosmo
Yeah, dude,
sent me
that's
Cosmo sent me deking for dummies, basically, like a link for it. So
right.
hopefully I can figure something out. But I just can't. It's not my style.
Yeah, if I play forward, it's not gonna. One, I don't. I am have no intentions nor plan on ever playing forward again because of the fact that I know I can't deke or do any of that fancy shit. I'll just end up turning the puck over every time I touch it. So fuck it, I might as well just play defense and turn it over at the
Right.
blue line.
Yeah, for sure. I don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I want to play goalie again. I'm itching for it. But yeah, hopefully we can get some good defense. Otherwise, it'll be a miserable time again.
Well, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like we don't know how many are going to end up registering. You don't know how many teams are going to have, and then
Yeah.
Cuban expansion. So, but definitely looking forward to this finals there, boss, and closing up season 25. And I'll definitely probably do one more show after the finals and see whoever wins if they want to jump on and give them their
Rub it in.
grand tour. Yeah, let them talk
Yeah.
shit, absolutely.
Like some
And then
snack. There you go.
we're off till season 26.
Oh yeah. Christ, it's too goddamn long.
So who do you got? Well, let's finish it off with who do you got?
That's I gotta go against my gut. My gut's telling me it's Carolina, but I gotta choose. I gotta give it some juju towards Calgary. I'm gonna say Calgary in 7th.
Dude, I'm not even gonna hesitate. Calgary in 6. Real talk. I really think that True and Red and Ben and Mike and Sports and Cap and Svantos and Bergies, like I think that whole squad is they're pissed. They got a chip on their shoulder, and they showed it in their series after you hit them in the mouth. You woke up the dragon, and now they're spitting fireballs at everybody.
Yeah, they
and they got a chip. They got a chip on the shoulder right now, dude. It's
they
your
were
fault.
a different team. They were a different team after that second game.
Dude, I'm telling you what, like you literally stepped on them, had them curb stomped. All you had to do is the finisher, and they said,
Yeah.
And now they're playing with a big chip on their shoulder, and I'd pick them. I really think they're going to beat Carolina in 6, and they're gonna end the streak of 3 in a row.
I hope so, only because of the streak. I got nothing against Carolina. I like players on both teams. I can't sit through another Carolina victory. I just can't do it. They have to be destroyed.
But you, of course, you're the father of the creation, and I jumped in like early beginnings, like season 6, 7, around there, and the Chomper era where Chomper was running it. Pretty much Sedin's running it right now, and I was privy to that, and I, you know what I mean, like, and people are bitching the same way they are now about Sedin's teams as they were about Chomper's teams back then, dude. And I see it, the correlation, like just years later, just, you know, Chomper did the same shit. And now Chomper, actually, he did the back-to-back, and he went to a few finals and lost. And then after that, you know, everything tailed down when 14 was done and 15 was just a rehash, and PlayStation 4 came out.
Could you imagine what I probably wouldn't even play. I would probably just sit back and watch the carnage. If you had Jay Scott GM and then Chomper GM again.
Oh, forget about it, dude. Those I would literally be in awe just to be in the same, you know what I mean, in that round table with those guys, just to just go at them, because those teams that those guys build and the matchups that they've had was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, Chicago and Jay Scott, they weren't, you know, they weren't as dominant. They weren't cup bound, but they were cup final like 6 seasons in a row.
Yeah, like that's a testament to Jay Scott, man. Like if you were in the West, it was Jay. Jay was winning it. Like
that was Jay's West, yeah.
And it didn't matter what his record was. It didn't matter. That team was playoff
Chomper had
ready.
the East, Jay had the West. That was how it was.
Yep. It was.
But no. I know I was actually talking to Chomper recently. They were making comments about the possibly coming back. They were playing the beta quite a bit, but Chomper's been so busy with the kids and his wife's working schedule, so I don't know yet. But hopefully LaPlante maybe too.
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
Definitely. We will see. Mm-hmm. So we both got Calgary.
Yep.
Plus got them in 7. Cube's got him in 6.
And Calgary or Carolina wins in 4.
Yeah. And then we both get crushed.
Yeah.
So
I hope it's a good series. I hope it's a battle.
I think it will be. I mean, even if it is Carolina in 4, I guarantee those games will be to the bitter end, and it'll end up being an explosion in the third period when the one team gets up, and then the other team's got to get out of their game to go try to score a goal, and something crazy happens, and then it turns into 3 goals in 3 minutes type deal where you're pressing and you're playing out, trying to force shit. But
yeah. We'll see. Tomorrow,
we will see.
Today's my Saturday. 2 more days.
No, Saturday. 2 more days. That's right. Monday, 9:00, folks. Carolina stream. Tune in. Let's see how NHL 17 season 25 ends.
Yep.
Yeah. Got anything else for the good of the order there, boss?
No. I kind of wasn't prepared for tonight. I wasn't expecting you needed my help.
Yeah. Cosmo was gonna step in, and I talked to him yesterday and asked if he'd fill in for my typical co-host Reap. Not that Reap wasn't available, but I talked with Reap earlier today, and you know, let him know what was going on, and so I asked Cos to fill in, and then of course an hour and a half before the show, Kaz hits me up and says he can't do it. Something came up, and so I went to the fail safe, the boss man who I was hoping would be available, and you were. So I appreciate you coming on at last minute, boss.
Oh, not a problem. It's my pleasure.
So as always, the sign off, and we'll catch you guys next week, hopefully with winners on the show. If not, then I'll still do the show and just recap the finals from how I seen it. And let's be kind to each other on and off the ice. Virtual hockey players' lives matter. Peace.
Have a good one.